In a world teetering on the edge of chaos, there are moments when strength alone can alter the course of destiny. But when two forces of immeasurable power collide, when unbreakable steel meets unstoppable fury, the earth itself trembles in anticipation. It began in the aftermath of a world fractured by war. Mutant kind was once again hunted, their sanctuary, Krakoa, under siege by a coalition of anti-mutant governments. The mutants fought valiantly, but their numbers were dwindling, and the dream of peaceful coexistence seemed to be fading like ash in the wind. Among the defenders stood Pyotr Nikolaevich Rasputin, Colossus, the man of living steel. Colossus was a soldier born not of hatred, but of duty. He carried the weight of his people's survival upon his indestructible shoulders. To the world, he was a mutant powerhouse. To his sister Ilyana and to the X-Men, he was a brother and protector. But to himself, he was a man weary of endless wars that stained his conscience more than his armor ever could. Meanwhile, far across the world, Bruce Banner had found something resembling peace, or so he thought. The Hulk, long hunted and misunderstood, had retreated into the Siberian wilderness. There, in the frozen silence, he sought solitude, seeking to tame the monster within. Banner had learned to balance his two selves, man and beast, but the world never truly lets go of its monsters. It started with a simple misunderstanding, a chain of events orchestrated by those who wish to see heroes fall. A rogue government faction known as Project Sentinel Prime had been experimenting with gamma radiation and mutant gene splicing, hoping to create a new breed of super soldiers. Their experiments went wrong, unleashing gamma-mutated sentinels that tore through both mutants and human soldiers alike. The world pointed fingers, and soon whispers spread through political halls. The Hulk did it. Desperate for answers and vengeance, mutant leaders sought to find the green behemoth rumored to have destroyed their safe house in northern Russia. Colossus, with his unmatched strength and moral resolve, volunteered to go. "If Hulk has turned against us," he told Storm, "then I must be the one to stop him. I know what it means to lose control." Colossus traveled through the snow-laden mountains, following the trail of destruction, crushed tanks, shattered ground and footprints that sank meters deep. But what he found was not a monster rampaging through villages. Instead, he found the Hulk sitting silently beside a frozen lake, staring at his reflection in the ice. "Banner," Colossus said calmly, stepping into the clearing. His metallic form gleamed under the pale Siberian sun. "You have been accused of crimes against mutants. I have come for answers." Hulk's emerald eyes shifted upward, glinting with quiet fury. "I didn't hurt your people," he growled, his deep voice rumbling like distant thunder. "Humans did, men in armor, not me." Colossus could sense the truth in his tone, but the evidence was undeniable. "Then help me prove it," he replied, lowering his guard slightly. "You and I both know what it means to be feared." Before Hulk could respond, the ground beneath them erupted. Metallic beasts towering gamma sentinels rose from beneath the ice, their cores pulsing with radioactive green light. The rogue faction had been tracking both men, eager to see two titans destroy one another. Target acquired Hulk and Colossus. Execute termination protocol. The machines announced in unison. For a brief moment, Hulk and Colossus stood side by side, united against a common enemy. The Sentinels fired energy beams that scorched the ground, but the duo fought like gods of war. Hulk tore through steel like paper, roaring as his fists shattered Sentinel skulls. Colossus, precise and disciplined, crushed them with calculated strikes, his armor reflecting the glow of explosions like a living forge. But as the smoke cleared, the last of the Sentinels detonated a gamma pulse, engulfing the field in a blinding surge of radiation. Hulk absorbed most of the blast, his rage spiking as the energy coursed through him, amplifying his strength and his anger. Colossus, though shielded by his metal form, was thrown backward, his armor cracking under the intense energy. When he rose, the Hulk was no longer calm. His breath steamed in the frozen air, his skin glowing faintly with residual radiation. "They sent you," he snarled, glaring at Colossus. "You came here to stop me." "Banner, control yourself," Colossus shouted, stepping forward. "This is not the way," but it was too late. Hulk's fist came crashing down, shaking the earth. Colossus barely blocked it with his forearms, the impact sending shockwaves that shattered the frozen lake. The two titans slid apart, the ice beneath them groaning under the pressure of their combined might. Hulk's rage was unrestrained now, a force of nature unleashed. "You think you can stop Hulk?" he roared. "You think steel can break the Hulk?" Colossus clenched his jaw, his eyes hard as iron. "If I must stop you to protect others, then yes." The world exploded. Hulk charged, every footstep detonating the ground beneath him. Colossus met him head-on, roaring as their fists collided mid-charge. The shockwave cracked the air and tore through the battlefield, blasting snow and ice into the sky like a nuclear storm. Hulk swung again. 1, 2, 3 blows. Colossus blocked the first two, the impacts denting his forearms, but the third connected with his side, sending him hurtling backward through a half-destroyed glacier. Ice and rock collapsed around him, burying him under tons of frozen debris. Hulk roared and stomped forward, smashing through the remains to reach him, but Colossus burst out from the avalanche, driving his shoulder into Hulk's chest with such force that it lifted the green giant off his feet. Hulk hit the ground hard, carving a trench in the ice. Without hesitation, Colossus leapt on top of him and unleashed a barrage of steel-fisted strikes. Each hit sounded like a cannon blast, denting the ground beneath them. Hulk snarled, his rage flaring brighter with each impact. The more Colossus hit him, the stronger the Hulk became. Then it happened. Hulk caught both of Colossus's fists mid-strike, his massive hands closing like vices. "Enough!" he roared, pushing back. The ground cracked under their feet as Hulk slowly overpowered him. Colossus strained, muscles rippling beneath metal skin, but Hulk's power was climbing beyond measure. With a deafening yell, Hulk twisted and slammed Colossus headfirst into the ground, the shockwave rippling outward like an earthquake. He then lifted Colossus by the leg and swung him like a wrecking ball, smashing him against the ground again and again, until the tundra itself caved in. Colossus coughed, trying to rise. "You must control it," he gasped. Hulk's breathing was heavy, his rage boiling uncontrollably now. "Can't stop," he growled, his face twisted with fury. "Can't hold back." Colossus, bloodied but unbroken, forced himself to stand. His voice was calm even through the pain. "Then you leave me no choice, my friend." He rushed forward, summoning every ounce of his strength. His final punch connected squarely with Hulk's chest, a full-force blow that shattered the air and sent shockwaves miles away. For a moment, Hulk actually staggered. Colossus followed with another strike, then another, a flurry of unrelenting power that rattled the very mountains. But it wasn't enough. Hulk's rage spiked to unimaginable levels. With a guttural roar that shook the heavens, he slammed his fists together, creating a gamma clap so powerful it disintegrated the snowstorm around them. The shockwave hurled Colossus backward, his steel body cracking as he crashed through the remnants of the frozen terrain. Before Colossus could recover, Hulk was on him. He grabbed him by the chest, hoisted him into the air, and brought him down in a single earth-splitting smash that shattered the battlefield. When the dust cleared, Colossus lay motionless in the crater, his armor fractured, the metallic sheen dimmed. He tried to lift himself, one trembling hand clawing at the ground. His voice was faint but resolute. "You fight like a god." Hulk looked down at him, his breathing slowing. The rage in his eyes began to fade. "No," he said quietly, his voice softening, just like a man who's tired of being hunted. Hulk turned away,